Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Quantum Break, where last time we discovered the most heart-wrenching of plot elements, the ending of Time Knife, which is hilariously bad, and I would also admit, though, should remain in script form. I don't think I would actually want to see a whole movie, like if they actually spent money on Time Knife, it would be like, but why? But the fact that it exists as this kind of like parody manuscript within the world of Quantum Break, I think is a lot of fun. And I feel that's something that can be expanded on. Like, you look at a lot of the documentation you find in games. Like, think of games that you might have played where you find secondary materials lying around. Like BioShock or System Shock. Like Doom 3.
We need to get to Dr. Amaral's office. The stutter could collapse any second.
What's our plan once we grab her?
A lot of the...
There's a boat dock right outside the mansion.
I think this is just the manuscript again.
We can make that work.
We haven't received her notes. I believe that comes later. But like you most of the secondary material that you find lying around in the environment tends to be very focused on the plots, advancing the plot, advancing some material that maybe the main game wouldn't be able to touch on.
Drone.
It's in the wrong place at the wrong time, literally.
I believe it's attempting to kill Sophia Amaral right now.
Jack, Dr. Amaral's in there. We need to get her out before time kicks back.
But like, consider like Doom 3's secondary audio logs that you find sitting around. A lot of them... Oh, I can't just push through that door for some reason.
We shouldn't wait. Let's go get Dr. Amaral.
A lot of them are just about strange things are happening here. What can we do about it? There's a few of the emails that you find where people are just bullshitting about. I think there was a couple emails where people talk about a D&D campaign. Now, he wasn't able to move other people in that first area, or does this just reflect his own power?
Let's get me good. It's really happening. You're Jack Joyce. You're here to kill me?
No, but you're coming with us. We need your expertise.
No.
I'm not asking.
Like, does threatening her with death really meaning anything now? Because, like, Monarch Solutions is going to kill her. So it's like, either she stays behind or dies, or she does nothing and gets threatened with death.
Get her on the boat. I'll keep you.
Hurry up. I'll never get away with this.
Shit.
Get in.
Joyce, somehow he got right past us.
Somehow he's gotten right past us. We know that time is having tons of problems, but yet we...
Jack, they're closing the gate. We'll be sitting ducks here unless you get it open for us.
I'll take care of it. You get going the second you can, okay?
So I shall...
Grenade!
Huh. Do-do-do. Punch! Okay, let's duck and cover. See, that sniper is the problem. Let's see, I think I can take out this guy. There we go. And now that sniper does not have any range to target.
There's still way too much firepower around. These assholes are gonna sink us if you don't take care of them first.
Leave it to me.
Alright, there's a guy who's just kind of sitting up there for some reason.
I got him. Visual.
Visual on what? Oh.
Changing mag.
Alright, let's go past him. Punch him in the face.
Reloading. Friendly down.
Okay. There we go. Let's get back out of here. Let's take cover and reassess. Okay, so now we just have the big guy coming after us.
Grenade out.
Oh. That was a nice attempt, sir.
I'm taking him down. He's all
All right.
over us.
He's all over us. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9. Alright, that takes out the big guy. I think I definitely prefer the carbon rifle, although there doesn't seem to be much ammo for it. Which is very disappointing. Huh. Oh. I was wondering what that giant light was. Okay, he was just kind of like sitting around, minding his own business. Oh? Hello? Aha! Okay, so apparently there was some things I can collect. Because I definitely could use some upgrades. As it's been a little while since I managed to collect any upgrade points. Are you... Where on earth is this one? Is it back in the... Is it back inside the building and locked away from me where I can't actually access it? Or is it... Huh. And why would the game still tell me about it, even if it is dead to me? Great. Okay. Well, I guess let's head... Ooh, hello. And punch!
I need to open that gate.
That was kind of him to bring himself to me instead of instead of just sit back in his own previous position. You know, you should be able to do that like infinitely when there are no enemies present because
Gate's still... What about you?
You're clear. Go.
I can swing
Go.
by and...
No, just go. We went to all this trouble to grab her. Beth, I'm counting on you to keep her alive. Make
oh,
my own way out.
hello.
My plan was simple. There's a bridge to the mainland. Fight my way through anything Monarch would throw at me. And
That's
steal a car,
why-
drive it back to the swimming pool.
The upgrade
Keep
is
us
shown to
alive
me
For the next part.
because
We'll see how it shakes out.
I'm expected to fight through there. Anybody else? Oh, there's a whole bunch of people that want some. Oh, hello. Well, luckily that guy is unarmored. This guy is unarmored, so he doesn't stand a chance. It's just the sniper guy that's problematic. There we go. That takes out 2 of them. Now let's see if we can clear out this sniper guy. And oh,
Thanks for the heads up.
not quite what I wanted, but it worked. All right. No heavy gunners. Just oh, I spoke too soon. Oh, and I picked up ammo for that somewhere. Yeah, not so good getting shot at by everybody else who is not frozen in time. Who else is shooting at me? Oh, this guy. Can I, punch him? Alright. And I tossed up a shield, which was very useful in keeping that sniper off my back. Then let's just duck. Luckily, it seems that the bullets shot by the sniper rifle have a speed and trajectory. And... yeah! Punch! Alright.
With Beth and Dr. Amaral clear, it was time for me to get gone. For that, I needed wheels.
Oh. Nope, there is no way back inside. Alright.
Okay, time to get a ride out of here.
Valet parking. Beloved by car thieves everywhere.
Convenient. Ah, remote starting vehicles. Or was that just a skip in editing? Also, I would imagine driving a car... Does driving a car still work? Also, that was a short act. Does driving a car still work? During a time fluctuation. Also, hopefully, I don't need to worry about Quantum Break having to rebuffer. Though it's happened in both the first and second episodes of the show.
Growing inside me. I've been fighting it for 6 hard years. Dr. Amaral was developing a cure for the Cronon syndrome. She was the only one who could administer the treatments that kept my sickness at bay.
Paul?
And Jack had taken her away from me.
The fact that he's stating that Jack took Amaral away, that makes me wonder whether Martin had arranged her death.
I'm on your side.
Because clearly it was a Monarch chopper out to kill her.
Easy. You're...
They took her. Without Sophia, there's no chance of a cure.
We did all we could. But there are forces within Monarch working against you, and I believe Burke was just the tip of the iceberg. It wasn't just Joyce that did this.
Sir? We've recovered Dr. Amaral's laptop. We have it set up over there if you want to take a look.
I'll be right there.
And her laptop is filled with screenplays for really bad time travel movies.
I want to go over Sophia's figures. If she's right, the fracture is escalating a lot faster than we anticipated.
You know the future. Dr. Amaral doesn't. Is the lifeboat even in a viable state for activation? She's trying to convince you the schedule's wrong. Why? To get you to rush this? To make a mistake? The people opposing you. She could be one of them.
Also, if Martin Hatch is trying to get a hold of the company...
Bet the entire plan on that? I implore you, hold off on activation, Paul. Let me clean house before this gets completely out of hand.
Like, does he still plan to activate the time boat? Is his idea of what the future is for Monarch the same? Do I trust Sophia or do I trust Hatch?
Somebody was working against me. Somebody close. Martin Hatch. Sophia Amaral. I could only trust one of them.
So if I choose Hatch...
Let's go fix the time machine.
I said I'll try.
Evidence was mounting against Sophia. I couldn't simply ignore it, despite everything we had been through.
And she knew you'd never make it without those treatments. And then she took
Huh.
them away.
So she gets
If she turned
captured?
against me with what she knew.
If I
the
go with
damage
this
could be
choice?
immeasurable.
I want him apprehended. Immediately. So I have some information about Martin Hatch.
Martin had been my closest advisor for years. I began to wonder if that had been a mistake.
Sophia's loyal. She's always been loyal.
I don't think we can trust her. The way she looked at the countermeasure like she's seen it before. She knows what it does.
Sophia's research had saved my life. Loyalty doesn't run any deeper.
Do I go with the person that saved his life? Do I go with the person that saved the company? Now, Martin Hatch was shot at during his speech, though it seems as though the shooter may have been set up by Martin Hatch in order to play against the crowd. To play against on the paranoia. So I don't remember what I chose the first time. It has been so long that I just don't remember this choice. So I'm going to go with trust Sophia Amaral, because I think she has Paul Serene's back more than Hatch.
Sophia's date has always been good. I'll trust her judgment. We need to analyze these figures and make final preparations to activate the lifeboat protocol at once.
Fine. I'll take the laptop to the science department.
No, I think I'll do that myself.
That's a little bit like the fact that he offers to take the laptop from him. That's a little bit untrustworthy.
Sir?
Put people on Mr. Hatch. I want constant eyes on him.
Yes, sir. You got it. We pulled some images from the security cameras. We've identified Joyce's accomplice. She's Beth Wilder, one of our mid-level operatives.
Her. My God, she's been with us all along. She's working with Jack. Where is
I
she?
remember the names of all of our
We've got
mid-level
a kill team
operatives.
No. She can't be killed. Not yet. Find her. And whatever Mr. Hatch does, I want to know about it. Don't screw this up.
Also, you know that's an important
Beth
character
Wilder.
because he's never named,
It was the first
and
time I'd
you
heard
never
her
see
name,
his face.
But she had been there in the past. When it all started. She'd been there the whole time, working against me from the inside. And she wasn't the only one.
And that's the thing. Could he have killed her ahead of time? 69% of people went with Sophia Amaral. All right, let's see how this goes.
The treatments, they're losing their effectiveness.
There's no changing the inevitable. Time is just one closed loop. And no matter what I do, time ends.
And that's the thing, like, or does he realize that because he believes that time is one closed loop, that even if he asked them to kill
What is it that you're
Beth
so
Wilder,
frightened by, Martin?
that they would fail because she has to live.
They're increasing in frequency.
What is that?
And there's Charlie and Fiona.
Extremely hostile. It's Dr. Kim.
Let's go! Let's go! No, don't. Put one of those on.
It looks like he only grabs one of them anyway. It's hard to tell, but
Let's go! Let's go!
it's convenient that time has finished stuttering by the end of the gunfight. And it looks like we've got some buffering action going on. Deception. Okay, so now that Charlie has this newfound information, what is he going to do in regards to... So he realizes that having the suit on above his clothing would become suspicious. People would recognize it. And I wonder what his eye drops are for, because we know that that Paul Serene is suffering from the Chronon sickness. But it's not entirely clear what Martin Hatch is suffering from. Or I guess if the... Yeah, things did not go so well at the party. He left at a good time.
I see Hatch.
Does Charlie's presence implicate Hatch?
And what did Burke want with it?
Well, I don't know. I don't even know what the lifeboat protocol is.
It's a sanctuary, designed to shelter a list of Monarch's essential personnel to weather the storm until they can develop a solution.
Essential personnel?
Well, clearly Charlie is an essential person.
I'd be on that list, right?
If you knew about the lifeboat, then you'd be on the list.
He's failed to see the value in his own people, too consumed with grand ideals and delusions.
Also, I feel as though the production design team of this game, or the movie, or the show, had a lot of these extra prop swords sitting around and then wanted to use them.
The idea of God. Simply the idea. A being with that much power. The ability to take and give so freely. That kind of control. But should be feared, not worshipped. Yet, people believe in it. Just as people believe in Paul Serene.
I think Charlie is way above his pay grade in this scene.
Isn't his control, but rather, if he ever lost it. Paul Serene's become unhinged, Charlie. He's triggered a catastrophe. He has the chance to fix it, but he's choosing not to. He's choosing to let things end.
The end of time.
And this is where we come in. We risk too much leaving the keys to the kingdom in one man's hands.
And I suppose that's...
There's something called the CFR. It's a crucial key to our survival and must remain safe. But as long as Paul...
That's an interesting idea that, like, even though Paul believes in the end of time and it cannot be stopped, there would still be people who would fight against it.
On track, and once I do, restructuring would be in order, Charlie. Restructuring that would see you as my right hand.
I'd be on the list.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't think they have enough time to worry about any restructuring.
Then I need to go back to Monarch. And that sort of privilege escalation, it can only be done from the inside.
This is some fine apple juice.
I put the island on lockdown.
You know, I wonder, I know there have been a few movies where people have slipped actual alcohol into people's drinks.
Time is of the essence, Charlie. Better get to it.
But I wonder how often that actually happens, where they're like, "No, I've got to drink actual alcohol during the shoot."
Commander Davis.
Yes, sir.
Head to the perimeter lab. We're moving forward.
I forget what his plot is.
Still unpredictable, but they're persistent. Erratic, but persistent.
I need certainty. If I initiate the protocol, there's no going back.
Mr. Serene, something like this. There is no certainty.
You can't be certain about the end of the world.
How long?
We've been running Dr. Amaral's simulations. It's hard to say without her to confirm, but
Just give me a time.
the Joyce field could collapse within 8 hours.
Yeah, I don't think they have enough time to restructure the company.
Now would be the time to decide.
I would imagine this would be very frustrating. Like, you're trying to run a business, and then, like, every... Okay, you just destroyed that iPad. That ePad. That Microsoft Surface. Like, every couple hours, you're trying to have a conversation with somebody, and then it's like... And then you just gotta sit back and wait for time to start up again. Like, you keep a book on hand at all times, just to start reading during the time stutters.
Fiona.
Hey, bud. Where you going?
You're right. Time's ending, just like you said. And the lifeboat protocol? It's a place. They built it to protect people from the fracture. And the only problem is there's a list, and anyone who's not on it is pretty much fucked. But if we make it back to the mainland, I can get us on the list.
This entire island is on lockdown. How are we gonna do that, Charlie?
There's a tunnel.
Hey, all right, if you are lying to me this time, I swear to God.
Get off! Tired of shit. I don't know why you're doing this, but I don't have to put your name on shit, motherfucker.
What'd you do to him?
He's fine. I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna put me on that list. I got a pregnant wife at home, and she's the only thing that I am thinking about right now. So if you get in the way of me protecting her, I swear to fucking God, next time, you will not catch your breath.
I don't remember if his family actually gets put on the list and they worry about getting onto the lifeboat.
Either way.
Or what his phone call to Martin Hatch actually changes. Also, I suppose that's one way to climb down a ladder. And it's interesting, they're all climbing down the ladder like video game characters. Video game characters with ladders, like they never, like, almost never use the rungs. They always, like, hold on to the sides. Not that I should really say too much. It's not exactly like I get that many opportunities to climb ladders on a daily basis. But I would imagine you would use the rungs to climb. They're there for a reason. Not just for your feet. Sneaky son of a...
We're 5 minutes out, Mr. Hatch. Yes.
Is he blowing... Oh, hold on a second. Is he intending to destroy the lifeboat? Is he... So I guess while this is buffering... Like, is he actually attempting to save the world from the end of time? Or is he going to accept the end of time and stop it? The lifeboat. So that essentially that has three separate forces. You got Jack Joyce trying to save the world. You've got... You know, I thought this game had the option to install this video, but I haven't really found the option myself.
I've come to free you, my friend. This imprisonment.
Yeah, so you got Jack Joyce trying to save the world. You got Paul Marine trying to
return to the infinite.
Save as many people as he thinks he can, and then Martin Hatch accepted, like both Martin Hatch and Peter seem to accept the inevitable. Paul Serene. Both Martin Hatch and Paul Serene seem to accept the inevitable. There's nothing they can do to stop the end of the world. And there are no witnesses.
How far along is your wife?
3 months.
Congratulations.
You know, if only he brought time suits to attach to these two, because now he's kind of stuck with them mid-fracture. And now he takes off their clothes and then puts them on each other. And then the time starts up again, and they're like, "Damn it, Charlie." Or does he just leave and then... I wonder if he actually feels whether he needs them or not.
What the fuck is that?
Because it's like, it feels like he had an opportunity to keep going or to stand still.
Liam?
Sir, I hate to tell you, but you should really head the other direction. Right about now. Must go faster. Must go faster.
Stand back! Let's go.
And unfortunately, that lock would have definitely stopped Charlie if he decided to leave without them.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good. When do you get...
Get on the fucking ground! Hey, ground!
No, we're with Monarch!
What don't you understand?
No,
Get on the ground!
Hey, no. Hey, I'm the one that called it in. I'm Hatch's guy.
One gun.
Yeah.
Where's she?
She's Chronon scientist. She's important. We have to get her back to Monarch right away. Please.
Get the fuck out of here. Now!
Yeah.
So is Liam Burke dead?
Gibson, I got Burke.
Fiona, you gotta listen to me. Hey.
Shit!
Yeah, that was a long time coming.
Hey! I didn't know that they were gonna kill him. What was I supposed to do? Huh? You led me on and then you kidnapped me.
This isn't about you, Charlie!
Are you stealing this car?
Just get the fuck out of here.
No, you're gonna need me.
I got what I needed out of you.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it.
Why don't you open your eyes? The world is about to end. I'm trying to do something.
Yeah, you're a real hero.
More so than Charlie. Okay, I kind of want time to just stop, and then he's sitting in the passenger seat. Be like, "Yep, sorry, I guess you're stuck with me." All right, let's hope for the best.
A nurse, huh?
I think he's still alive, though.
Burke. Fuck.
You know, I'm really gonna enjoy killing your wife.
Oh, that was awesome. Ah, it's just a shoulder. It's just a flesh wound. They'll both be okay. Now take his gun. Also, don't you have that other gun at your ankles? It's like he packed his ankle gun for nothing. Or did he use the ankle gun? Oh. Overkill.
Commander Davis?
Davis and his team. They were all good men. Monarch's finest.
Huh.
Paul, what about my treatments?
I'm afraid so.
That not just unleashed Henry Wu, that also destroyed Paul Serene's treatment. He made it happen.
Jack, he wants me to become you. He wants me to suffer until the end.
Joyce.
You know, and that's something. You usually don't get to see too much of the villain in most stories. Like with Mass Effect 1.
She paid a visit.
Like with Mass Effect 1, you don't see much of Saren in between boss fights. So the fact that you can see so much of like Paul Serene's development is interesting.
Paul,
or does he realize that Martin Hatch has betrayed him?
This was a parting gift.
They forced her.
She's trying to destroy you,
She's
Paul.
trying to help me.
Oh, Jesus, but... Look at you. The smartest man I know. Blinded by a fool's love. Paul, what are you planning on?
Sophia's loyal.
She's gotten inside your head.
She's always been loyal.
So I wonder what he's...
The fracture's happening now. I owe this to her.
Oh, is he starting up the lifeboat? You know, that probably is the correct solution. Will he still be dead inside the lifeboat? Or will he have to evict himself before he dies? And becomes essentially twisted by the Chronon sickness? Yeah, the collection of the personnel for the lifeboat. They're like, yep, now's the time, sorry. End of the world. Say you don't have time to say goodbye. Which means that there's no chance to add anybody to the list.
Protocol's been initiated.
I need to wake my family.
I'm afraid we have no time.
I guess he's okay with leaving his family behind. Although that's the thing, I wonder. I think I asked this earlier, but for the people who are left behind, who are left outside of the lifeboat in the end of time, what happens to them? Are they just going to remain frozen in place? Will they become like the shifted, or the shifters? Will they become food for the shifters?
Good evening. You weren't expecting somebody this handsome. Unfortunately, Mr. Serene is just...
Is his wife a nurse? I think his wife is a nurse.
Liam?
Hey, pal. I'm glad you could make it. I was just telling your girl here how concerned about you we've been.
Emily, we need to go.
Go? What's the rush?
Emily, let's go.
I remember I was watching an interview with Jackie Chan, and Jackie was talking about the idea that if you have a lot of fast camera movements, a lot of spinning camera, like it's something that hides poor choreography or people who aren't necessarily good in their fight scenes. Now, I believe when this game came out, actually, I'd have to look this one up. When the Bourne trilogy came out, because like with the Bourne series, like it presented, it kind of influenced a lot of people in order to make more visceral fight scenes. Like they felt the only way to get more visceral fight scenes out of their actors was to have that shaky cam, because that presented the idea is that the camera was somebody on the ground with the actors in the fight scenes. Let's see, yeah, Bourne Ultimatum was set 2007. Bourne Legacy was 2012.
This is not... I'm telling you, I never felt good doing this. I never felt good doing this. But it's the only thing I knew how to do. And when I got back, I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything to do. And Monarch, they found that useful, and they put me to work. And I swear to God, I couldn't stand being alone. So every Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I would walk down the street, because it was the only 2 nights at the bartender. She wasn't at school. And I told myself every night to ask you out. It took me a fucking year. But Emily, if Monarch, if they gave me structure, you give me purpose.
Also, it's good to see like a closure to his plotline.
But Emily, you have to listen to me. Something terrible is coming, and I will explain to you on the way, but we have to move. We have to move right now. If you will just let me protect you one last time. Please. Please. This is me. It's me. It is me. Okay. We have to go. We have to go right now. Okay.
Sir, you have a bullet wound. Does he realize that Martin Hatch was the one who betrayed him when he sees Martin Hatch in handcuffs.
Yeah, it's Pierce. I'm at the perimeter lab. So I have some information about Martin Hatch. I want him apprehended.
Not everybody got blown up by the explosives. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.